guys? It's Daisy over here at Peak HQ. I'm just gonna give you guys some mobility and hip strengthening and ab workouts and stuff like that that are all gonna complement your jiu-jitsu that you guys can do at home, totally by yourself. Obviously, I know you guys are on the internet. I'm sure a lot of these are gonna be drills that you've already seen, but this way we can kind of touch on some important stuff and things like that on them. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started with my personal favorite one, and this one was pretty life-changing in my jiu-jitsu, so it's also a great warm-up. So we're just gonna start on our butts, and we're just gonna rock back. As we come up, I'm gonna tuck one knee under, and I'm gonna put one knee over. I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna hip thrust, okay? This leg back here is gonna windshield wiper back, okay? I'm gonna push forward, and then as I come to sit back down, I'm gonna windshield wiper so it comes back in front, and then I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, this windshield wiper is really important here because this is really good, especially if you guys have really tight knees or any knee problems or stuff like that. Doing this nice low and slow at home is awesome. Again, really make sure you drive your hip forward just like you're taking a shot. Again, super awesome for lower body injuries. We're just gonna go back and forth, nice and slow, focusing on the windshield wiper in the back. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Driving that knee forward, just like we're taking down an opponent. Nice and easy, guys. Again, we're just gonna keep doing this just because it's a great warm-up for the rest of what we're doing. We're gonna touch on a lot of hip mobility stuff too. A lot of stuff that you guys can nurse a lot of injuries and stuff while you're at home not training jiu-jitsu, unfortunately, with our friends. Hopefully you guys got some mats. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go right into our next one. This one's gonna be air triangles. This one I'm sure you guys have seen before as well. This one is awesome. It's also a great ab workout. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna rock back and you're gonna shoot your hips up to the sky. From this position, you're gonna lock in your triangle. You're gonna hold it until you get back down. Because again, if you lock your triangle up, you definitely do not wanna let it go as you come back down. So make sure that's a really important part of this drill. Then you're gonna do the same thing, shoot your hips up, other side, lock it down the whole time. Same thing, up, lock it in, drop to the ground. We're just gonna go back and forth, nice and easy, guys. Make sure you have your shark fins. This foot is flexed back towards my face. This one's pointed up to the sky the whole time. Again, these are great mobility drills, great drills to tighten up technique and stuff like that. You don't need another person to do it. So again, back, hips to the sky, locking your triangle, shark fin, bring it all the way back down. We're just gonna go back and forth. Again, if you do this for long enough, your abs are gonna be on fire, which is a good thing. Another great part of this drill is getting your hips to the sky. Okay, so this is something, if you guys have like a mirror at home, set it up so you can watch yourself. That part's very important also. Since we don't have a lot of mirrors in the gym, you can really take advantage of that while you guys are at home. So again, hips to the sky, pull it to the ground. Back up, hips to the sky, pull it to the ground. A couple more, and then we'll move on to our next one. Hips to the sky, pull it to the ground. Just gonna do two more, and then we're gonna go on to our bridges and taps. So I'm sure you guys have done these in class with Coach Tyson. We're just gonna go on our backs, and we're gonna bridge and we're gonna tap. This is a great warm-up if you guys wanna do more mobility drills and stuff like that. So I got my feet about hip width apart. I have my ankles, they're tucked closer to my butt, and then I'm just gonna come across and reach. Cross and reach. Cross and reach. Nice and easy, guys. Back and forth. This one's good for your hips as well. I'm gonna be touching on a lot of that today. I don't personally have a lot of hip issues, but it is really nice to strengthen them because it will make your jiu-jitsu just feel better and stronger pretty much in every way. Mobile hips changes the game quite a bit when you're doing jiu-jitsu. So these drills are awesome. Now we're gonna add a roll through. So we're gonna go here and we're just gonna follow around. And then we're gonna come back, reset, touch, follow around. Again, I should be making a 90-degree turn here. Going back, bridge, roll it around. This one's a little bit better for your shoulders. And again, all these drills will really touch on body awareness, which is something that's really good to work while you guys are at home and we're not able to do class. So again, reach, you're gonna go towards your hand, bring your knees around and up. A couple more of these. Bridge, bring it around. Bridge, bring it around. Awesome, guys. Okay, right into our next one. We're gonna do sit-outs. And we're gonna do sit-outs and around. So a couple different variations that I'll show you guys. We're just gonna start with a normal sit-out. Just kind of touch on a couple pieces so that way you guys can work this at home and work your technique and all that stuff. Make sure you guys have plenty of space. You're not gonna kick anything. So we're gonna start in this on all fours position. Make sure you guys are staying active through your toes. So again, we're not here, we're on our toes, and we're barely just hovering our knees off the ground. This is also a great ab exercise. We'll kind of go over that later. So again, nice and active, and I'm gonna move my hand. It's gonna give way for my leg to come through. Again, I wanna hit this back. This is me trying to get somebody off of me, okay? So again, and then I'm gonna return. I'm gonna do the other side, away from this side. Hand moves, gives way so that my leg can come through, and I'm gonna drive that elbow back, okay? Trying to get somebody off of me. And then I'm just gonna return. If you guys really, really want a good workout, try and do that as many times as you can without putting your knees down. It's gonna be awesome. So again, here, away, bringing that either elbow at least to the sky, if not all the way back, and we're looking back too. Make sure you're looking that way, because if you do this, it's pretty worthless. You don't really have as much range as you do as if you look where you want to go. Coming back through, and back, through, and back. Next one we're gonna do, simple variation, is we're just gonna go down to our forearms, and we're gonna do the same thing. This time we're not moving our hands out of the way though. This one's a little bit more of like a hip mobility. So again, up on my toes, and I'm just gonna slide it through. Here, slide it through. Here, slide it through. Nice and easy, guys. This one's a little bit just more of a mobility one. You guys can do. It feels really good on your back though. Nice and easy. Last one we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to that first one. We're gonna do a sit out, and this time we're just gonna follow it all the way around. So we're gonna go here, move the hand, give way. This time I'm gonna reach behind, and I'm just gonna follow through. Now I'm back to square one. Now I'm gonna go other side. Here, put my hand back down, reach all the way through. I'm already sweating from all of these, and hopefully you guys are as well. Back to it, one more. Here, just put your hand down, follow it all the way around. Same thing, here, hand down, hands on the front. Nice and easy, guys. Next up, we have mummy rolls. These are my favorite. I love doing them in the gym. You definitely need a little bit of space. So if you guys have a blanket or something, definitely don't do it on hardwood because it's gonna hurt really bad. But we're gonna start in this mummy position. You're gonna try and keep your hands attached to your shoulders as long as you can. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna bring your feet over your head, and you're just gonna walk till you get to here. Then you're gonna roll so that you're back, and you're gonna do the same thing over the head. Try and remember which side you're rolling over, and make sure you roll over both sides of your neck. So again, we don't want to be turning over one side. You're just gonna keep repeating this process. You're just like a little hot dog in a 7-Eleven gas station. Perfect. Almost there, guys. Let's do a couple more. Here. And here. That one's a fun one. Personal favorite. Just because you get to look a little stupid. Okay, guys. Next up, I'm just gonna check on this Facebook Live. Hi. Sorry, guys. Next up, this one requires a little bit of room. So make sure you guys aren't gonna kick anything that's near you, like furniture, TVs, or anything like that. Children, pets, stuff like that. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work handstand, and then we're gonna try and cartwheel out. Okay, so this is more about body awareness. and things like that than more or less jiu-jitsu. There's a little bit of like judo stuff that is involved in this, but I don't really know a lot of jiu-jitsu, or I'm sorry, judo. I know small amount of jiu-jitsu. So again, I'm just gonna kick up to a handstand. Again, this one's a little bit more advanced. If you guys already know how to do the handstand, this will be perfect for you. I'm just gonna pick one foot, I'm gonna kick up. As I kick up, I'm just gonna roll out like a cartwheel. So I'm gonna kick up, and I'm just gonna roll out. And then I'm just gonna keep going. If you guys are really gangster, you can do it on both legs. And you just keep going back and forth. By no means do these have to look pretty. They do not have to look pretty. Don't focus on them looking pretty. So again, just kicking up. And then you're just gonna cartwheel out one foot and then the other. That's what that cartwheeling out means. Just like that. Cartwheel. Cartwheel out. Just like Coach Dance. Again, guys, that one's more just kind of a body awareness. And it's also great for, because there's obviously the cartwheel pass, things like that. So it's good to be able to catch yourself, especially if you're upside down and that. Sorry. What did I put in there? I don't know what I wrote on that. Oh, this one's also my favorite. So again, sorry guys, handstand, cartwheel out, body awareness, stuff like that. It's all really important. Next up, my personal favorite, before we move into other important stuff, I was just doing these with Miss Amanda. So you guys are gonna hold your feet in a butterfly position, and we're just gonna roll. So we're just gonna come this way, and then this way, and this way, and then this way. Ah! If you get stuck, just go the other way, and we're just gonna go like this for a while. Hopefully you feel as stupid as I do, but if you're in your own house, it doesn't matter, because we can just be stupid. Woo! I'm having fun. I don't know about you guys. Definitely try this at home. Definitely do it with your kids if you got them. I don't think your pets are going to do it with you, but that's okay. Just keep going, rolling through. Awesome job, guys. Okay, next up we're going to do a little bit of hip strengthening and mobility and stuff like that. So grab any old household item. Grab something that's low to the ground, something that's a little higher to the ground. This is a marker, this is a ball. Next up, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put it on the ground and you're gonna sit behind it. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna lift your leg. I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna keep upright, I'm gonna keep my chest up, and I'm just gonna put my hands next to my hips, and I'm just gonna lift my leg back and forth over it. Nice and easy. This is great for hip mobility and hip strengthening as well, which are both very important since we do a lot of guard, a lot of wrestling, a lot of takedowns, a lot of lasso. Now we're gonna go the other side. Again, super easy, guys. We're just keeping our hands right next to our hips, and we're just lifting over each side, okay? And if you want a little bit more of a challenge, this is where the stuff gets really good. Because now you're gonna get something that's a little taller. Brandon, can you please stop? I don't know what you're doing. So again, I'm just gonna do the same thing, but now I'm just gonna do it with something that's a little taller. So I'm just gonna bring that leg a little higher. Back and forth. Nice and easy, guys. Now we're gonna go other side. Do as many reps as you want with this. Again, guys, this is not so much like a follow-along workout class as much as I'm just trying to give you guys some information and little details and cues and stuff like that so you guys can practice these at home. These are all perfect for doing while you're watching TV, which I know all of you guys are doing, and that's totally acceptable because we're all in quarantine, but make sure you guys are still working, nursing injuries, things like that. Back and forth. Okay, next up we have, if you guys want to grab a belt, a rope, a gi, anything that's going to allow you to do this drill, you kind of see what you can and can't use. So I'm going to face this way just so you guys can get full view. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our back, and we're just going to string out like we're in double spider here, okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to maintain tension on one side. I got to shorten it. Maintain tension on one side. I'm going to go outside, in, lasso, active toes. Don't get lazy with your toes. then you're gonna go outways, and you're gonna go inside, out, okay? And then you're gonna switch feet, nice and easy, other way here, switch, other way here. And we're just gonna go back and forth. This one's also a great core workout because you kind of have to stay stable this whole time, which is good because spider and lasso is not something that you can kind of hang out in. You absolutely have to be active and you have to be able to move your hips quite a bit. We're just gonna go back and forth, super simple. I'm just gonna keep going nice and slow, so if you guys wanna try and follow along, because it can get a little complicated. Double checking on those active toes, guys. Otherwise, your spider and lasso guard will get past. De La Riva guard will get past. Your guard will get past if you don't have active toes. Here, here, back and forth, back and forth. Nice and easy, guys. Hopefully you guys have found lots of entertainment. Hopefully you guys got plenty of food. Here, back and forth. Nice and easy. Hopefully you guys have gone through all the MMA and Jiu-Jitsu movies, like Warrior, all the boxing movies. Red Belt, I know, is a Jiu-Jitsu movie. All right, and time on those, guys. Beautiful work. So now I'm just gonna go through a couple ab exercises that are a little bit more specific to Jiu-Jitsu that we can kind of touch on as we go through them. So first one that I want to do with you guys is these side planks with a hip drive. So it's just going to be like your standard side plank. I personally prefer a low plank when I do side planks. Just kind of gives my shoulder a little bit more ability to kind of keep it strong there. So what I'm going to do is, again, I want to really make sure that already just to touch on side planks, make sure you're pulling your hip to the sky. Make sure that your abs are engaged, obviously. Make sure you're not flopping towards the sky, and make sure you're not facing down towards the ground, okay? Your feet can be stacked, they can be staggered, doesn't matter. Whatever's gonna allow you to make this a core exercise and allow you to frame here. As you guys can see, my elbow is directly below my shoulder. Again, elbow directly below my shoulder. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my knee, instead of going up this way, you're gonna bring it forward this way. Okay, so again, this one's a little bit more of a hip mobility thing too, and you're just gonna drive it up towards in front of you. Again, not this way. These are also good. You can do those as well, but again, this one we're just gonna focus on bringing that knee forward. And we're gonna go switch to the other side. Nice and easy. Bringing that knee into the chest. And we're just gonna repeat again. You guys can do these. You can write them all down and make like a little workout with them, whatever you guys want to do. But this is not so much like a follow along workout video as much of a informational. So next one, you guys, is dead bugs. These are awesome. They're a little awkward at first, and they definitely take a second. Again, more body awareness stuff that's always worth touching on. Because if you do not have body awareness, you will not be good at jiu-jitsu. Some of us had to learn, like myself. Next up, what we're gonna do, guys, is dead bugs. So you're gonna find yourself in this very odd position here. I wanna make sure that, I wanna keep my neck active. Obviously, while you guys are at home, there's a couple neck drills that we'll go over in a second, but as you guys are doing ab drills, make sure that your neck is strong, is engaged. You don't wanna be lazy down here, because in jiu-jitsu, you're using your neck all the time. So if you guys can strengthen your neck now, definitely going to help you when we all come back. So again, dead bugs. We're starting in this position. I got my nice active neck, pulling my belly button to the ground, and I'm not pulling my shoulder blades up off the ground, but I wanna make sure that my lower back is touching completely. Now what I'm gonna do is opposite leg, opposite arm are gonna go and hover above the ground. So again, nice, slow, controlled movement here, not touching, not flopping, active. Everything is tight and active, and then I'm just gonna return, and then other side. These are really awkward at first, but once you figure out that rhythm, you got it, it's perfect. Back and forth, back and forth. Nice and easy, guys. We're just gonna do a couple more of these. Beautiful. Again, opposite leg, opposite hand. Extending back, make sure you guys are keeping these ones active as I'm not. Gotta keep controlling myself here. These will really start to burn. They're not bad at first, but if you do this for like a minute, by the end you're gonna be screaming, which is good. You want that. Nice and easy, guys. Okay, next up, if you guys have taken Coach Tyson's kickboxing class, I'm sure you guys have had to do these before, but these are really good because big things that we have to do in Jiu-Jitsu with our abs is time under tension. So planks and things like that where you're literally just holding and staying strong are really good for Jiu-Jitsu. If you guys have time while you're watching TV, I just say plank and Superman, and we'll go over those in a second. Just a couple cues for you guys. We're gonna do V-ups really quick because they are savage, an amazing workout, full body, a great burner, like a great burnout to any workout, and they're super hard. So we're just gonna go over these really quick. So we're gonna start in this up position, and I'm just gonna extend out into this kind of hollow position here. And then I'm just gonna bring them back up again, extending all the way out to this hollow position where I'm just barely touching the ground. Or I'm sorry, I'm barely hovering over the ground. I'm not touching the ground. And then I'm just gonna bring them back up over and over again, guys. Nice and easy. Already burning. Nice and easy. One more. Beautiful, guys. Okay, next up again, those are super savage. Oh, nice. These also suck. I'm just giving you guys all the hardest ones to do, so that way you guys have plenty of stuff. If you do even like a minute of these exercises a day, I promise you'll be just as strong. Next one we're gonna do is little pulses with our sit-outs. So we're gonna come, if it helps to know where you're coming from, we're gonna come from this position where we were just with those sit-outs, and now we're gonna bring our leg here, and now we're just gonna use this foot and this hand, and we're gonna bring our leg up off the ground. And we're just gonna repeat that. Again, adjust as necessary so that you have enough balance so that you can lift yourself up off the ground, but you're just gonna go back and forth, lifting off the ground. These are brutal. Make sure you guys do both sides. Again, find a nice good position where you feel balanced. This is like a good arm and ab workout. Nice time under tension one as well. Beautiful. Okay, guys, next up. Nice, so now, again, another great one that we use a lot in kickboxing is planks. We're gonna add the Superman hold. So we're gonna go to high or low plank, your choice. They can kind of, either way, they're both, you can do a minute of one with high plank, a minute of one with low plank. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna start in this low plank position. While we're here, we can kind of touch on a couple mechanics that are really important for planks. I touch on these a lot in my kickboxing classes. I want to make sure that my elbows, or if I'm in a high plank, my hands are directly below my shoulders. This line is really, really important because what it's doing is creating a frame so that it's more of a core intensive workout and not so much requiring you to lean on your arms for support and things like that. So make sure you're in that good position here, creating a nice, good, strong frame. Next up, I want to make sure that my abs are really, really, really tight. So I'm going to pull my belly button into my spine. Now, if I do that, I want to make sure that my butt doesn't go way up in the air. I want to make sure it's not sagging towards the ground, okay? This is terrible for your back. Try and avoid it. If you have to rest, that's okay. But again, pulling my belly button into my spine, tucking my pelvic bone under, and I'm just going to hold strong here. Make sure I'm in one good line. Another reason why a mirror is great in your house, so you can check up on your form. Now, to add the Supermans, make sure you guys have a nice, good, strong plank to start with, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna throw yourself all out of whack. We're gonna go low plank or high plank, and now we're just gonna start with alternating, bringing your leg up off the ground, just one at a time, back and forth, back and forth. Now, we're gonna hold those in the same position, and now we're just gonna bring one arm at a time off the ground. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Now, we're gonna do them together. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Extend your leg out. Opposite arm and hold. Try to keep your hips in the same position. Don't let them flop all over the place. Try and reset. Leg up, arm out, hold. Couple deep breaths. Then we're gonna switch sides. Here, here. And back. One more each side. Hold. And switch. Hold. Again, notice that my hips are trying to stay in the same position that whole time, guys. Last one I'll touch on is Supermans. These guys are super important. Working out your back in general is really important, especially because we do so much wrestling, takedowns, stuff like that. We're always crunching forward. We're always doing ab-intensive things. So it's really important that you also work out the back half of your body to counterbalance it, okay? Because otherwise, if you're only doing this and you're never strengthening your back, then this is just gonna strain and hurt and be pulled on all the time because you're always doing this. So a great exercise to do, especially while you're watching TV, I will hit on that multiple times, is a Superman hold. So we're just gonna come down to our bellies and we're just gonna bring our arms and legs off the ground. This is a really small curve. I don't wanna exaggerate it to here. That's not good for your back either. Just a nice, light little curve, just a little pinch in the lower back, and we're just gonna hold. If anything hurts, stop. You don't need to do it, that's okay. Definitely working on a couple more back exercises for you guys to do at home. We'll probably post those on the kickboxing page, so look out for those. I'm holding my arms and legs just barely off the ground, and I just want to keep everything strong and engaged. It's just like a plank. My shoulders are nice and strong. My legs are engaged. I'm just holding here. You guys should be able to do this for a long time, especially while you're doing TV, watching TV. I'm gonna just keep harping on it. Just keep holding, guys. And yeah. Okay, guys, those are some drills for you. Hopefully, they touched on at least a couple different things that I know there's a ton of YouTube content out there, guys. Try all those. Comment, tell me how they work. Tell me how they work for you. Tell me if you like them, if you hate them. If you have questions, please just hit us up on Facebook. We have our website up. We just revamped our Instagram, so go follow us. We're going to be posting a ton of this stuff on there. Other than that, I hope you guys are doing good. We will see you guys online for more content. Adios.